Okay, and during that period that you've worked within Sevens, how has that game changed? Maybe in the style of play or in the approach that the clubs have towards Sevens as a development tool?
I think more the approach. I think the game is similar to any game of rugby. It goes through trends. So I think you see trends maybe in Sevens that existed 10 years ago. You go in cycles from being quite a free-flowing game to being a physical game, and a lot of that will depend on who's dominating the game at the time, and there's that copycat sort of nature of the game. It also depends on the level of the tournament you go to. The World Sevens is obviously quite different to a social event down on the coast. So those styles, I think its role in development has continued to change. The traditional, I'd like to think maybe at the lower level and the grassroots that Sevens is still a part of pre-season because it's a fun way, to prepare. I think there's been a big move, obviously, with the JP Morgan Sevens to have that sort of traditional pre-season Sevens as part of the build-up, and I think the clubs have bought into it even more.
Okay.
So that's giving it a good profile. But as a development, I think what we have found is where it used to be very much seen as development and part of pre-season, it's now obviously creating another avenue for people to specialise. So the game's got to a point where, and there's different theories around the place. Some people probably believe that Sevens players, to be successful, you have to be a Sevens specialist, and vice versa with the 15s. And I think there's an argument from certain quarters that you're one or the other. I think in some cases that's true. I think it provides, the Sevens will provide an opportunity for someone that maybe doesn't have the skill set to play 15s, but they could also form a decent career in Sevens, and the same thing happens the other way around. So I think there's different opportunities, and a lot of that depends on how either the club or the country basically take their approach. And you're seeing that. I think I did some work for Sky with the Gold Coast Sevens, and what struck me was how different each country approached it in terms of development, selection, as well as the way